Hi everyone, my name is Victor and I am one of the authors of Technique.com. Today, we'll continue with our Learn Linux from Scratch series and we're going to be looking at how to use man in Linux. Man simply means manual, just as you have your manuals for your vehicles and your gadgets, you also have a manual in Linux. In your vehicle manual, if, for example, you want to change the oil filter, you check your index or table of content in the manual, then you go to the page where you can change or fix your oil filter. In Linux too, if you want to look for the man page or the manual page for cat command, for example, you just check the manual page by using the command man and cat. So you can see the description, how you go about using the cat command in Linux. The same thing is applicable to ls, for example. If you want to check the manual page for ls, you just do man ls and then you see everything about ls in the manual page. Well, this is good, this is nice. Yeah, but what if you want to perform a specific task and you do not know the command to use? Of course, it is when you know the command, that is when you can open the manual page for that command. But if you do not know the command, how can you open the manual page for the command you do not know? So, for example, say you want to change a user's password, or you want to change your own password. How do you go about it? There are thousands of commands and options in Linux, and it is very possible for one not to know the command to use for a specific task or even totally forget the command. So, if you happen to find yourself in this position, I will show you how to do that. Okay, so the scenario is you want to change your password and you want to change or you want to change a user's password and you don't even know how to go about it. So the first thing you must know is that you can use the man command with the keyword. So, for example, I want to change my password, or I'm an administrator and I want to change the password of another user. How do I go about it? So I'm going to use the keyword as against the man command. So the keyword is password. Then I'm going to use the command man hyphen k. That means keyword. Then I use password. All right, let me broaden my screen. So you can see that there are a lot of commands here. Or I'd rather just pipe it to more so that I can actually see everything clearly. So you can see that you have chage command, you have chgppasd command, and look at their meanings. The first one says change user password expiry information. When you check all of this, you see that there are a lot. So I need to show you the section of the manual pages. If you run the command man pages and you tap your spacebar, let's look for the section of manual pages. I think I've passed that. All right. So look at the sections here, sections of the manual pages. You can see that section 1 talks about the user command. These are the commands that can be executed by a user from within a shell. When you look at all of the sections, section 1, section 2 to section 8, what we need is actually section 1, section 5 that talks about file formats and configuration files, and section 8 that talks about the system management commands which an administrator or a root user can use. So having talked about the sections of the manual pages, if you use the command again, man-k, You can see the different sections we have here. We have section 1, section 8. But from what we've seen previously, we've seen that we are concerned about section 1, section 5, and section 8. So I can, if I have a lot on my screen, for example, and I don't want to get confused, so I can take it one by one and grep for each section. So for example, I can grep for section 1 so that I can see everything that's got to do with 1. Let me clear my screen so you can see that clearly. So I can see everything that's got to do with 1. And when I check, you see that my screen is not cumbersome any longer. So I can easily just check and look for the command I'm looking for. If I cannot find what is related to what I want to do, I can also grep for 5 and grep for 8. But when you look at these, you can see that I actually have a command here, which is lpassword, and the description says change group or a user password. So I think this command is just enough for me. So now I already know the command that I'm going to use. So I need to check the man page for that command. So I cannot do man l password. So I can see the man page for the command. So if you're looking at a man page, you can see the content in the page. It always starts with a name, and the name will just tell you the name of the command and a brief description about the command. Then the synopsis will tell you how you can use the command. The description describes or explains the command. The options tells you the different flags you can use for the command. I think yeah, one of the previous tutorials I've talked about options. I discussed about it explicitly. So now you can see the synopsis. It's saying it's going to be the command, the option if you like, and the name, which is the username. So I already know how to use the this command. So for me to change my password, I'm just going to oops. So I'm just going to use the command l password, just as we saw. Then the name. So I'm a root user. Then I do root. Then I put in my new password. And I confirm my password. So that's how I can change my password. If I also need to change another user password, for example, a user Michael, I'm going to do password and the username from the synopsis we just saw, that will be Michael. I'm going to change Michael's password. So that's how you use the man command. You look for a keyword with the man command, and after you've seen the actual command you're looking for, you can also check the manual page for that exact command. And also, sometimes when you look at the manual page of a command, it's always cumbersome. Another thing that can help you is to write a command and then you use hyphen help. Oh, okay, so I think I was wrong in the spelling. So if you run this command as well, you will see it will give you an information of how to use a command. So this is a usage, which means L password, then the option, and the user, just as we saw when we looked at the man page. And these are all the options that you can use. So this command also too helps when you want to get an information of how to use a particular command in Linux. So no worries, you don't have to worry yourself if you don't know a specific command to use for a specific task or if you have forgotten the command. Just use the man command and use the keyword, and you'll be able to find the exact command to use. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe to this channel. Bye for now.